we lost. We conservatives lost institution after institution. We didn't pay enough attention. We thought it was innocuous. Let me give you 4 20-year periods during which one or more institutions turned left. In the 50s and 60s, we lost charitable foundations. They used to be run by conservative, usually voted Republican too, scions, those who had made money, didn't need to be working in the private sector anymore, and went in to run charitable foundations. That was true up until about the 1950s, and then it changed over. In that same period, 50s and 60s, though not an institution, we definitely lost environmentalists. The environmental movement was born in the 1960s, and conservatives at the time, oh, it's just a few hippies, we don't have to care that much, they eat bugs, and we didn't pay attention to that very still vibrant group of Americans. 70s, 80s, we lost Hollywood, we lost universities. 90s, aughts, we lost public schools. Administrators and teachers went what wasn't called woke then, but we can recognize it now. And they're school teachers, the children don't vote, what's the big deal? Well, as we now see, it was a colossally big deal. And in that same 2 decades, we lost corporate America. We lost the very good allies from prior days to resplendent American values. Instead, I'll call them valueless, but corporate America goes where the money is, and the money now is with the left because they squawk the most and give the most hassles when corporations don't go their way. The conservatives have been relatively ineffective. We're just now waking up to that. I think it's probably too late for most corporations, but I give that one the best chance. Now, to the last, 13 years of this 20-year period, the teens and the 20s, we're on the verge of losing the military, not the soldiers, but the brass who read woke books and have these policies that cater to, like, the blue-haired suburban woman's desires for her own community instead of the military. We've lost many churches, and we are losing many families. Let me elaborate on those. The losses are staggering because the left wants and succeeds in aborting children in the first place. The left succeeds in bringing pre-K government schools to many communities. The left succeeds in making mom somehow considered lowly, unless mom is also the CFO of a corporation. The left makes families almost unrecognizable through no-fault divorce, through gay marriage, through marrying your pet. It is allowed in some places now. The left's destruction of the family continues. It drugs boys for acting like boys. The left gives puberty blockers to girls who like to act like boys at times. The left takes children away from their parents to foster homes without their parents' consent. And they are making children report their parents for simply having stand-up, good expressed values. Indeed, to many on the left, they're not the parents' children in the first place. They are the state's. This goes to Hillary Clinton saying it takes a village to raise children, and most recently, Joe Biden echoing that. We have ignored this. And so if you hear those, and I'm one of them, who thinks a divorce makes sense, It's not saying we're surrendering. It's saying we're pulling out of a bad situation. Conservatives will never surrender their values, and we'll certainly fight if we have to. But if you don't want to fight, and the left doesn't necessarily need us hanging around to pester them, a divorce makes a lot of sense. I do worry that the left has gotten so strong that they will put up a fight against a peaceful divorce. You go your way, we'll go ours. It's getting closer and closer to where it won't be peaceful. Let's try to consider it now so that we can have our values, have our families, keep our military, keep our churches, and maybe in our own enclaves, have institutions that start again with good values, good foundations, good movies made, good colleges, good public schools, and yes, non-woke corporations. I'm Mark Stewart.